Right, make sure it starts again. So this quest is over here. Oh, there's a house here. They're all residents. Everett Gill, you got a name.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How is that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rats spewing acid at our walls?
Shoot them.
The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
Like the board give a fuck. And why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long.
You company folk are all the same. Choose to stay, then complain about the choice you've made.
How was I supposed to know it'd turn out like this? It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
You got a real negativity problem.
I'm not even finished. Add that to the supply shortages, thanks to being cut off by the board, and I dare say we're no better off than the lowliest Spacer's Choice Enclave.
Ever thought about leaving?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with Sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then?
Why don't you just tell me?
Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
Not with that attitude, no.
Was there something else? Or did you just want to mock me? Lucky you.
Yeah, you made a choice, asshole. Stand with it. Don't be an asshole about being an asshole. Because you were an asshole, not anybody else.
Nice.
Right, I'm going to explore out there in a second. Sawed-off shotgun. Just in case I had something back there, because, you know, developers can be arseholes like that.
Gosh, that's clever.
What's this quest? Herrick's handiwork. Okay. Why do I want his staff?
You ever been off Monarch, Myoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. Soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Yeah, let's see this foreman. Absolutely rubber blind. Oh, it just leads upstairs. I thought it was going to be, oh, there's a door.
Wow, you got that?
Mash random keys. Don't make me. I break my legs on a regular basis. It's commonplace for
Hey,
me.
Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Take it easy, I'm just looking around. What are you talking about, Catherine?
Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Sure, let's talk about Caleb. You said Braxton's gonna be stealing drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Why didn't you turn them in?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's going to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Caleb says he needs a raise to keep up the prices around here.
Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat.
Why can't you give him his pay increase? Just fun.
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Are you willing to meet Caleb halfway?
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life.
Let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
Who's this Catherine?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six facer.
Okay, so let's go see this man about why he wants his wage increase then. Where was he? He was in the bar, wasn't he? He was up there, wasn't he?
Did you have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay?
I had a fling or two, sure. But on Monarch, relationships ain't usually meant to last. A lot of fools tried to impress me, feigning bravado in the wilds, thinking they'd catch my attention with their stories. It was cute. Not so cute when their act got themselves munched. You know what's sexy? Confidence. You know what ain't? Disembowelment.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
You need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
She's threatening to replace you with sublight contractors.
Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay.
Just lie to this man. Okay, just tell him I stole his savings. Aye, well tell him he doesn't have any money to stay here. Yeah, that'll make him go back. Or we can just try tugging his heartstrings. Sanjar's going to fire Vilma if we don't return to work. I mean, seriously, either will work. I don't mind pissing him off, to be honest with you. Yeah, fuck it, I stole your savings.
What? Something happened to our stashed bit cards? But I hid it so careful. No one saw me put the lockbox on my balcony. No one goes up there but me. We must be dealing with some sort of criminal mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we can't afford to skip work, we ain't got no leverage. Space me, but good. I guess you ought to tell Velma we're coming back to work.
Yep. See you later, dipshit. Oh, my legs are broken. Parvati, Nayoka, I need to be carried again. Acrophobia. Phobic. Dexterity -1, perception -1, temperament -1. No. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of grounds, to be more precise. The dex and perception going down, and real temperament, no. I mean, I get a perk point of it, but I'm not really interested in the perk point for just that, no. If it was not such a bad thing, maybe.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
I resolved your...
Spat in your spirits, Velma.
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Well, you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition. Anyway, what do you folks need?
Let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Well, guess what? Caleb's certainly too broke to strike. He's coming back to work.
Funny how that works out. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay.
I got honest pay.
Something else on your mind?
Well, I got this honest pay. So, find Braxton now. Okay, totally. The stainless steel rat, the secret people. Stainless steel rat. Let's go do that. We've got quest galore to do. He's suddenly too broke to work. To not work, rather.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest Tossfell games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
No, I liked your donkey. They're all pretty great. I play for Anti-Cleo's Darlings. Don't you recognise me? I'm not here to chat about teams. Who has time to watch grown men and women hit balls with sticks? They're all pretty great, sure.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you?
I found this bed slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Cut to the chase. Do you know it or not? Just listen.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
I'm totally looking at your donkey. I'm not trying to pick your pocket. Come on, you got to know what a donkey
Velma
is.
seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
You don't know what a donkey is.
What are
do
the
you?
chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
You ever worry all that ammo in your berth might combust?
What? Wait, it can do that?
All it takes is a little bit of black powder next to a lot of bits of fertilizer and one real hot day, and I've seen it happen.
I don't know what's more unsettling. The concept of my ammunition spontaneously combusting, or the fact that this is the kind of thing you think about on the regular.
Okay, but that is hilarious.
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
You just admitted to it, so... Let's just forget this ever happened. Can I come back and intimidate him again?
I don't think so. You're a loose end now.
Here they come! Here goes nothing!
Where's my last save game? I want to see if I can get my intimidate up just to do that. I want to know what happens if I intimidate this man. Is that save game far back enough or too far back? Oh yes, it is just enough. So character intimidate is 46. I'd have to put another 9 points into intimidate. Lie, temperament, dialogue skills +5. Now Ventna puts intimidate up. Nope, I don't.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay.
I don't think so.
And Ioka just doesn't even say anything, she just screams primally.
That's the last of them.
There was an acid battle there I could have shot. So what is the quest now? Talk to Sanjar. I should replace some of the ammo I used. Not that I used much because these two did everything.
What job did the board assign you when you came of age? Bet it was something real neat, like professional flexing.
Wilderness patrol. Plenty of folk traveling on foot out there, even back when there were roads. I protected them from raps and the like.
Oh gosh. And here I was jawing about how I was watching your back. I'm probably more like to get in your way.
Everyone needs someone watching after them. Even me. Even if I ain't keen to admit it sometimes.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Hello.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
What schedule? That's very generous of you. No, you have a meeting with me. Will we be liking that? Let's try it.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. What business brings you here?
I like this one already. I'm looking for an information broker. I'm charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Hey, could always be both. If I have to eat one more of those weird science project passed off as food in the Sprat fuck colony, I'm going to stab someone. No! Hey, it could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments.
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but
it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free of other corporations, why do you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
I don't... Dang it, Captain, that's not right. folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager.
At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
You do seem to have a bit of a Raptidon problem. You do seem to have a bit of a Raptidon problem, though.
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Ordnance or ordnance?
An ordinance, of course. We do things in a civilized fashion here, not like Graham's iconoclasts.
Hey now, they may not shower as much as you do, but they've got their own sort of civil.
Can a legal document really be that important? Once you have the Bolt 52, what's all part of your plan? So where do I find this ordinance? Can a legal document really be that important?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you just crawled out from under a rock. Forms and procedures are everything in Halcyon. And this one is located in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Shoot, shoot, and shoot. I'll go get your Bolt 52 then.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Okay. Can I ask you about something?
What can I do for you?
Yeah, about this Isaac. I met Grim, the landing pad guard. Yeah, sure.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Oh, poor guy. Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
I've taken care of it. The killers are dead.
But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters.
Maybe I could have got those statements if they hadn't been ready to kill me, mate.
Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
I'm looking for an information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
How did I get to Devil's Peak? I've got Nyoka, so that's fine. Bye-bye. Now let's talk to you.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Do you have a bedroom? Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask.
She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Earlier I've heard you were having money trouble.
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
You want to talk to Sebastian, don't you? Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Maybe I can talk to him for you.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed...
Really?
Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
I'm curious, what do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
You really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
Oh, that's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Bye. I know I think you're looking for it, it's more a point.
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but that still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends.
Weekends?
Hand to the void. I used to drop by the bar in Stellar Bay to knock a few back with the folks who had Saturdays off.
Don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyhow.
Knowing you, you'd sit and be alone with your thoughts.
Okay, well after that little conversation from them, we're going to end the episode and we'll see you next time.